Hi, I'm Rebecca from London Media Makeup, and I'll be helping you create your zombie look from everything in your kitchen cupboard. So to make the white face that we're going to use as the base, we start with a lightweight moisturiser. So pour that into a bowl and gradually add some corn flour. You want to make a toothpaste-like consistency. So it's really creamy, it is quite like toothpaste. I'm going to apply it with my fingertips. It's quite nice if you leave your sockets because you're going to make this bit so much darker. By having the white next to it, it's just going to emphasise the darkness more. Now add the talcum powder. I'm going to use a cotton pad, so the powder makes it kind of set as well. In order to colour our face, we're going to use some eyeshadow. Blacks, browns and greys are great. Then some lip pencils and eye pencils. A couple of darks are good, a red and maybe a plum and a brown. You essentially want to make this whole area that I've left clean dark. And the same on the other eye, so starting off in the tear line, bring the pencil closest to the lash line and blending it out. Same on top. Then you can just get your black eyeshadow. Just be careful around the white again, that you're not picking it off. I'm going to add a little bit of red around my eye. Should just give a little bit more depth. I'm going to bring the red on top as well, just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to make some veins with a brown eye pencil. I'm going to start creating the shape for my skin wound. I'm just going to draw roughly the shape. To create the skin wound, we're going to use Pritt Stick and water, and then we're going to half a 2-ply tissue into a 1-ply. And then we're going to mix the Pritt Stick with a tiny bit of water to create a paste. And you sort of want it to be a little bit like wallpaper paste. But I'm going to layer them up slowly, so you don't have to do it all in once. So now I'm going to get a bit more Pritt Stick. So now we're going to use the eyeshadow. So with a cotton bud, I'm using the black again. Just going into the holes of the wounds. Just on the edges of the paper is good, as if it's sort of burnt. So to make the blood, we need golden syrup. Pour it into a bowl. We're going to add some cochineal red food colouring. You want to make sure that it's not too pink, that's why we have the yellow. But then if you add too much yellow, it can go orange. It's obviously going to look a slightly different colour in the bowl because it's against the white, so you can just try a bit on your hand, see how it looks. And it will dribble like real blood as well. So just a couple of cornflakes. Just crunch them up. Just make sure they're completely submersed in the colour. So now I'm going to add some Rice Krispies to give it even more texture. A few I'm going to crunch up and a few I'm going to leave solid and whole. This can look like bits of warts or, again, like broken skin or cartilage. Because it's rice, the rice is going to soak up the colour and look even more realistic the longer it's there. Now I'm going to make some thicker blood to go in the inside of my wounds. So I'm using slightly thicker moisturiser, something perhaps a little bit more waxy. This one's the cocoa butter. So I'm just going to use a tiny bit of the blood. I'm making this so that even if the blood's running, you'll still have the texture and the colour. So even if the blood's dried off, you'll still hopefully look like a wound. You can just get a Q-tip, start popping it in the holes. I'm going to put some by my mouth as well. So I'm just going to apply the blood with some scrunched up tissue. I'm going to sporadically place blood. I'm gonna put some of the cornflakes and the Rice Krispies coming out from my mouth. And that's how you make Asia.